Thank you for tuning in, Profe Guy. So, I just wanted to come online and talk about one way that you can invest in the Republic if you just have a little money up front, right?
Couldn't take it no more, so I left the matrix.
And my money just tripled. I had a good time and it cost me a little. So I found peace, tranquility, faith in my abilities.
I couldn't take no more, so I left the matrix.
So I know that, back in the United States, for example, you can get a loan, 100% financing, or close to 100% financing in many cases. But in the Dominican Republic, you won't get that. And you cannot use a U.S. bank to take out a mortgage on a home in the Dominican Republic. It just doesn't work like that. Also, for those of you who are veterans, though there is a bank that may be geared towards veterans here, but it's not anything different from a regular Dominican loan. It really isn't, so it's not even worth mentioning. But with that said, if you want to buy or invest in real estate here, Dominican Republic, you have to come up with a lot of money up front. And some cases, or all cases, it may just be best to buy the real estate apartment or condo, house, land, whatever, up front, all money up front. Best way to buy here. But many of us do not have a lot of money up front to be able to invest in real estate. So how can you invest in real estate with little money up front? This is how you do it. So the Dominican Republic, it's not a rich country. However, there are a lot of people here with money. There are a lot of people here who have good businesses, good jobs, a combination of both. They have, family that live in another country that's able to support or send money or whatever the case is. So there's a lot of that going on here. So even though real estate here is cheaper than what you will find in the United States, it's still expensive for the average Dominican. So how do a lot of Dominicans invest in real estate? Well, really, they have to come up with a lot of money up front. That could be maybe they can go to a bank and get a loan if they have good credit, right? Here, they can go to a bank and get a loan for 50%, maybe 60%, maybe 70%. I haven't seen anything more than 70% here. I'm sure there is out there, but I haven't seen it. So that's how they do it. So if they want to buy a home that costs, a home like where I'm at right now, or what you see behind me, I'll show you right here. You see these villas right here? These villas? These villas are going for 180, 200, 230, 250. So they're not cheap. And you may find some condos, well, they may be going for 150, penthouse, more. If it's a smaller, maybe less. And that's just, I guess the vicinity I'm in, the area I'm in. But you'll find a lot cheaper in other areas. You'll find 80,000, 50,000. You'll find that. So if you got a Dominican family and they're trying to buy a condo in a good neighborhood, let's say a large condo in a good neighborhood, let's just say it's 80,000, right? So let's make it even. Let's say 100,000. So that means they got to come up with 30,000 or 40,000 to even get that loan to buy that the apartment. So that's how it works here. But let me get back to this. What is one way that you can actually invest in real estate in the Dominican Republic with little money down? Well, they have a system here where they, in Spanish, proyectos. They have proyectos, which is projects. And this is basically construction projects where they look for people to buy before they start construction, so they can use that money as well as money from other investors to build, right? And for example, you'll have a construction project. They'll say, all right, will these apartments, 3-bedroom, 3-bath, we're selling them for $100,000. But if you want to make a reservation for one of these apartments, you will only have to put down $500. And once you do that, we'll reserve that apartment for you, and you have to pay for the contract, and that is what they call the separation, right? So you'll pay, that's the contract, and you'll pay, let's say, $2,000 for the contract. And that can be maybe a week, maybe a month after you put down the $500 for the reservation. Then they'll say, okay, now you have to pay what they call the initial, the better term, I'll just say initial, right? So the initial is basically the money you're bringing up front. So if it's $100,000, the bank is only going to finance 70%. So therefore, you have to come up with the other 30%. So that 30% is $30,000. But the way it works here in DR is, say that project is not going to be ready for another 2 years. So therefore, you will have 2 years to come up with that $30,000, that 30%, that $30,000, which is minus the $2,000 you paid for the contract for the separation, minus the $500 you paid for the reservation, right? So 2 years. So you can be put on a payment plan. Let's say for $30,000, 2 years. That's I'm out with the math. That is roughly $15,000 per year. So dropping that'd be 1,000 and some change, right? 1,100, something like that. Maybe a little less than that. Every month. So that's a little more doable if you have little money coming out front. So they actually do this so that folks that don't have all that upfront money, they have these construction projects so where they're getting all this money in slowly, and they can continue the construction over time, and that helps them ensure meet their deadlines and pay their bills and stuff like that. And then when it's all finished, you after that 2 years, when that $30,000 is paid, you can move into the apartment and you pay through the bank for that remaining 70%, which is that loan you will have for 70%. So basically, that's how the construction projects work here. So that's something that you can get into. That's one way you can invest in Dominican real estate if you have little money up front. So if you do decide you want to do this, you need to make sure a couple of things. You need to make sure that the construction company is a good construction company. Because they have some construction companies that are very popular here, that build a lot here, that get a lot of business, but their buildings are not high quality. So that's something that you really want to consider. Another thing you want to consider is you are dealing with a company that has done business here in the Dominican Republic. So you don't want to invest with a construction company that's just starting off because they don't have any history. You don't know how they're going to perform. You don't know their relationships and stuff like that. So I would definitely stay away from that. If you do decide that you want to invest in Dominican real estate through a construction project, buy a condo or buy a home, I definitely recommend you do so by getting some advice from real estate people in the real estate business here. So this is like this, so they can give you that word of mouth, that reputation of how some of these construction companies do business. And also yourself, look up that construction company, make sure that they are a good one to do business with. And outside of that, man, that's all I got. I just wanted to make sure that some of you folks out there who are looking at investing in the Dominican Republic, looking at buying a home, but you don't have a lot of money up front to do that investment, that is the way you can get your foot in the door. And there's a lot of construction projects going on throughout the country, whether you're looking at the Santodomingo metro area, or whether you're looking at the North Coast or puntacana, La Romana. There's a lot going on. Just make sure you do the research, talk to people who are in the business here, and make the best decision. So I got. So please give me a like, share, subscribe. If you have any comments, questions, let me know, and I'll get back to you.
What up, my people? Hola, mi gente. Gracias por tu apoyo. Da me gusta, sigue mi canal y comparte con toda tu familia. Thank you for supporting my channel. Please give it a like and subscribe and share with all your family if you enjoy my content. Peace.